Hi guys, welcome. So today we are going to make a hexagon cardigan. So even if you're a beginner, we are going to go step by step and you only need to know a few basic stitches like double crochet, magic ring, chain, slip stitch. But even if you don't, I will be showing all of these stitches one by one. So to make my cardigan, I've chosen this 100% premium acrylic yarn. This particular one is from Hobby Store and it is a medium weight 4 yarn. Since this one's a multicolored yarn, I'll be using the same yarn throughout the cardigan, but you can also take different color yarns and switch colors in between, which I can show you in the video itself. So the hook sizes are mentioned here for the yarn you're using, and for this I will be going with a 5 mm hook for the entire cardigan. Other than that, you can use a stitch marker to mark your first stitch if you're a beginner, a yarn needle to weave in our tail ends, and a cutter or a pair of scissors to cut any ends. We are going to start with a magic circle. Now if you find it difficult to make a magic circle, if you're a complete beginner, then you can also do a slip knot and chain 4 times and then slip stitch into the first chain and create a circle. But if you want a more neater look, I would recommend making a proper magic circle. We will hold the end of the thread here with our thumb and wrap the longer side around our 2 fingers like this, creating a parallel line on this side, and we will make an X like this here at the back. Now just hold the yarn here with your thumb and take your hook. Now facing downwards, take the hook under the first thread here and grab this other thread from under it like this. Now twist the hook upwards and push it forward and grab this side of the longer thread here and bring it through the loop on the hook like this. Now you can take out your 2 fingers and you can see we have formed a magic circle. So now we'll start our row 1, and for row 1 we will be making 3 chains first. So to make a chain we will yarn over. So take your hook under the thread here and pull it through the loop on the hook. So this creates your chain and we need to make 3 chains here. So 1 and then 2 and 3. Now this 3 chains will count as our first stitch, or you can say our first double crochet here. So if you're a complete beginner, you can mark it here. Now here we need to make 2 more double crochets inside this magic ring. So to make a double crochet, we will be yarning over once around the hook and we will go inside this magic ring here and pull up a loop. So now you can see that we have 3 loops on the hook. 1, 2, 3. We will be pulling through the first 2 loops. Now we have 2 loops on the hook. We'll pull through the last 2 loops. So that is a double crochet and we need to make 1 more here. So again we will yarn over, go inside this magic ring and then pull up a loop. Again we have 3 loops on the hook. We will yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Now we'll again yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. So here we have made our double crochets. So this counting as the first double crochets is like 3 double crochets together, which we'll be calling a cluster. Now we have to make 2 chains. So we will yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. That's my first chain. We'll again make another chain. So we have made 2 chains after this 3 double crochets here. Now we again need to make this cluster of double crochets. So we have to make 3 double crochets again inside the magic ring. So we will again yarn over, go inside the magic ring, pull up a loop, pull through the first 2 loops, then pull through the last 2 loops. So that's 1. Again we will make another double crochet here. That's the second double crochet. Then again yarn over, go inside the magic ring, pull through the first 2 loops, then pull through the last 2 loops. So then again we have made here another 3 double crochets. And now we will again make 2 chains. So 1 and 2. So here we have made 2 clusters. So we have to keep repeating this all around in the magic ring 6 times. So we will be doing 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 6 times in total. We need 6 clusters of this double crochet. So like a granny square, we have 4 sides in a square. We'll be doing 6 sides, so 6 clusters for a hexagon, hence the name hexagon cardigan. So we will continue again. We will make 3 double crochets here inside this magic ring. So this is my 3rd cluster now. So 1, going back in the magic ring, 2 and also I'm weaving in this tail end, as you can see, and this is my third double crochet. So this is the third cluster formed, and now again I'll make 2 chains. So we are halfway done with round 1. I've made 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochet, chain 2 3 times. Now repeat this 3 more times inside the magic ring. And so I've just made my last cluster of double crochet, and we'll chain 2 here. Now here you can count your clusters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So I have 6 in total, and now we need to close this magic circle. So you can give a good pull to this tail end here, just to close it a bit. And this will look a little wobbly at first, but it's okay. Now we need to close this round. So this was our first stitch, or the 3 chains that we made in the beginning, and we will be slip stitching here to close it up. So 1, 2, 3. So in the top chain, the third chain here, this was also our first stitch or the first double crochet, and we will be going in the loop here and also the loop at the back. So the chain is made up with 3 loops. There's a loop at the back too, and we'll just grab that too, and that's just cause it doesn't like give a lot of gap or a hole when we make a slip stitch. So we just need to go in the top chain and pull up a loop here, and then pull this loop through the loop on the hook already. So this is a slip stitch here, and you can see we have closed this round. So this is our round 1. So now we'll start round 2, and for round 2 we will again start by making 3 chains. So this is for a height of a double crochet stitch, and now we have to move and work in the first corner here. So here you can see we have 6 double crochet clusters, and with the 6 double crochet clusters we also have these 6 2 chain spaces that we made all around. So this 2 chain space is the corner of our hexagon, and this cluster is the side. So we need to move to the next corner, and for that I will be making 1 chain extra here as a separating chain to move to the next corner. So we have done our 3 chains here, and I've done 1 extra on the top. Now if you want, you can mark your third chain here first and then make the separating 1 chain. So let's mark this. So this will act as the first 3 chains, and I've done 1 extra chain on the top as a separating chain to move to the next corner. So basically the first corner of round 2. So here now we will directly go in this 2 chain space, and we have to make another cluster, that is 3 double crochets here. So for a double crochet we'll yarn over and go directly here and pull up a loop and make our 3 double crochets. So 1, 2 and 3. After you have made your 3 double crochet the cluster, you will chain 2 here again, and now we will go back again in this corner space itself and make another cluster, that is 3 more double crochets here again. So 1, again going back here, second one, and then again, so third double crochet. So we have made 1 cluster of 3 double crochets, chain 2, then again a cluster of 3 double crochets in the same place, so this corner. Now here you will see there's another 3 double crochet cluster. We have to skip over this because this is a side, and we are just working in the corners for round 2. So we have to go to the second corner for this round, and for that we will do 1 chain as we did before to move to the next corner here, and we will again make 3 double crochet cluster in this second corner. Now here again, so this second corner is again the next chain 2 space that we did in round 1. So again 1, 2, 3, and then again we have to make 2 chains and again make a 3 double crochet cluster in this corner. So same space, we'll go back and make another cluster. 1, 2, and again the third double crochet here. So we have worked in 2 corners here, as you can see. This was the first one, this is the second one. Now again we have to move on to the next corner, that is the next chain 2 space, and to go there we will do 1 chain in between like we are doing in after every corner. So here again we'll be going in the next corner and repeating the same process. We'll make a 3 double crochet cluster here first. 1, 2 and 3. After the 3 double crochet cluster we are doing chain 2, and then again going back in this corner space we will do again a cluster, that is 3 double crochets together. So this is the third corner that we have worked into, 2 and 3. So here you can see we have worked into 1, 2, 3 corners, and now we need to move on to the fourth corner. So we will again do chain 1, then we'll do the 3 double crochet cluster, chain 2, 3 double crochet cluster, then again to move to the next corner you will chain 1 and repeat the same process till the end. So we are done halfway. We have done 3 corners. You have to work into 3 more corners, and I'll see you at the end. Once you reach your last corner, we'll do it together. So here I've completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corners, and here you can see I'm at the last chain 2 space, so basically the last corner, and here we'll create our chain 1 to move to the next corner, and we will make our 3 double crochet cluster here first. So again 1, 2 and 3, and then we'll again make our 2 chains like we were. And now here, instead of putting 3 double crochet again, so another cluster, we will be putting 2 double crochet, because if you remember we have this 3 chain that we made in the beginning, so this will also be counted as a double crochet stitch. So this will act as the third double crochet here when we'll connect the round. So here after the chain 2 in the last corner here, we will make 2 double crochets here, 1 and 2. So we will connect here with the slip stitch, and this 3 chain will act as the third double crochet to complete the cluster on this last corner. So we can remove our stitch marker here, and you're going to slip stitch. So either you can take the back bump and the stop loop, or you can go through both the loops of the chain. I just find it easier to take the back one. So we will pull a loop here and pull through the loop on the hook. So here you can see it's connected, and now the 3 double crochets are looking together as a cluster. Now here we have completed our round 2. Now we are starting round 3, and since I am using a multicolored thread, I'll continue with the same yarn. But if you are using different color yarns, this is a good time to change your color after every 2 or 3 or 4 rounds. I would suggest changing it right now. So if you don't know how to do it, I'm just going to give you a demo. So you see here we are about to chain 3 for our round 3 now, but if you are switching to a new color, just grab the thread of a new color from a new yarn ball. So for example, I'm using this color to change, so I'll just take this here and put it here and just pull it through already the loop on the hook. So just grab it here like this, and now you will make your normal chain 3 or chain 2, since we already have a chain here, and then you will just tie a knot and weave in the tail ends along the stitches. So this is just to show you how you can switch the color for the next round if you are changing colors here. So but I'll be continuing with this particular color only. For round 3 we will again start with a chain 3, and if you would like you can mark it. Now you can notice that we don't only have 6 corners and 6 sides. Now we also have these gaps in between. So between every corner and the cluster we have this gap. So we have 1 gaps, in total 6 gaps also along the 6 corners. So this chain 3 where we are is a side gap space. So you just need to make 3 double crochet cluster in all these side gaps that you see, and then work your normal corner. So before the corner we have the side gap, and we already have made 3 chains which will be counting as the first double crochet. We will be making 2 more double crochet here for a cluster. So 1 and 2 here. So this is a side gap, and we have to only make a cluster in the side gap, that is 3 double crochet together. And now we need to move on to the next corner. So basically the first corner space here, as you can see, that we created in the previous round with chain 2. So every time chain 2 space is a corner. Now here to go to the corner we were doing 1 chain every time to move on to the next. So here we have done chain 1 after the double crochet cluster, and I am at the first corner for round 3. Now the pattern will remain same throughout for the corner, and that was a double crochet cluster. So 3 double crochets first, 1, 2 and 3, and then again we have to do a chain 2, 1 and 2, and then again we will be doing a 3 double crochet cluster here inside the same corner, 1, 2 and 3. So you will notice that we have again made a new corner over the previous corner. So every round we will be doing a new corner on top of the other corners. So every round you should end up with 6 corners, since a hexagon is a 6-cornered shape. Now here we have worked into our first corner. Now we will skip this cluster space, and you will notice before going to the second corner here is a gap. So this is a side gap. Like I said, we have a new 6 side gaps also now. So we will be making a 3 double crochet cluster in the side gap. So here we will again chain 1. So every time we are going to another side gap or to another corner, we have to do a chain 1 as a separating. So we will again make 3 double crochets here, 1, 2 and 3. So we have made a cluster in the side gap, and now we are moving to the second corner now. So to go to the second corner, we will chain 1 as a separating chain, and then again in the next corner we will repeat the pattern that we are doing throughout, that is a cluster, that is 3 double crochet first, 1, 2, 3. So that's 1 cluster, and then we are doing chain 2 to form a new corner on top of this corner. So chain 2, then again 3 double crochet cluster in the same corner space. So 1, 2 and 3 here. So every time in the corner the pattern remains the same, a cluster of 3 double crochet, chain 2, a cluster of 3 double crochet. Also it is interesting to note, so this was the first corner we worked into, and this is the second corner, and we crossed 1 side gap space by making a 3 double crochet cluster. Now the third round is forming on the top, as you can see as we are working, and you will notice in round 3 here, so around below we had just 1 side gap, and now you can see we have 2 side gaps. So this will keep increasing in every round. Essentially we are just increasing the side of the hexagon while the corners remain same, that is 6 corners. We are just increasing the stitches, so we are increasing the sides. So every round the side gap number will increase by 1. Let's move forward and it will be more visible and clear to you. So here we have finished working in our second corner for round 3. We have this 3 double crochet cluster that we will skip over, and before going to the third corner there is another side gap that we need to cross. So we will chain 1, go in the next side gap here and just make 3 double crochets. So 1, 2 and 3. So for the side gaps we just need to make 1 cluster, and that's the pattern. And now we have to move on to the third corner. So moving to the third corner we will make chain 1 as a separating chain, and then we have to go into this corner and repeat the same pattern, that is 3 double crochet cluster, then chain 2 and 3 double crochet cluster. So let's do this corner together, 1 and 2 and 3. So that's the first cluster, and then we have to do chain 2, creating a new corner on top of this corner basically, and then we have to go back in this corner space and make another cluster, that is 3 double crochets in this same corner, 1, 2 and the last 3. So here you can see we have completed 1, 2, 3 corners, and we have repeated the same pattern, the 1 cluster of 3 double crochet, chain 2, 1 cluster of 3 double crochet in every corner, and again then you have to move on and complete the rest of the round. So again you will see here that we have to go to the next corner, but to go to the next corner first we have to complete and go through this side gap space, and we will chain 1 every time we move on to any side gap or any next corner. So always do this chain 1 separating. You can skip it too, but that is how I like to do it. So in the side gap here we will again make 3 double crochet. So every side gap you have to make 1 cluster of 3 double crochet, and every corner you have to make a cluster, then chain 2, then another cluster. So the pattern remains the same. It's just that we are increasing stitches and the side gaps, so the sides are increasing and the corners remain 6 in total. So complete this last 3 corners and I'll see you at the end. So here I'm at the end of round 3, and you can see that we have 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 corners. So every round must have 6 corners, and now we will just slip stitch to join it. But before that, after the 6th corner, we will chain 1 as the separating chain. This was the first side gap we worked into, and we did the chain 3 as a first double crochet or the first stitch. So we'll just go in here and make our slip stitch to close it up here. So you can see here we have completed 3 rounds. Now we are starting round 4, and again we'll start with 3 chains, 1 2 for a double crochet height. And now here you can see we are starting a round 4 to the extreme corner of this side. So there is no space here to work into more double crochets. So instead we will move on to the next side gap. So to move to the next gap or corner, as usual, we'll do 1 extra chain here. Now again you can mark your 3rd chain here just in case, so that we have no confusions when we are closing the round. So here I've marked it. So now I've done 1 chain as a separating chain because we are moving on to the next side gap here. And I told you for a side gap we will be doing only a double crochet cluster, that is 3 double crochets again. So 1 2 and 3. Now we are moving to the corner after the 3 double crochet cluster here from the side gap. So to move to the corner we will be doing chain 1 as a separating chain, and we will be going in the corner and repeating the pattern, which was 3 double crochet cluster, 1 2, this is the 3rd. So we have created first cluster, then we did chain 2 since we are in the corner, and again go back in the same space and make a cluster. So 1 2 and 3. So you see the pattern remains same for a corner. Now we have to move this side, so we are at a side gap now. And here you will also notice that we have 2 side gaps now between 2 corners. Like I told you, every round this side gap will increase by 1. So in the previous round, that was the 3rd round, we only had 1 side gap between the 2 corners. Now there are 2. So the pattern remains the same again. We will just chain 1 to move to the side gap, and we will just do 3 double crochet cluster in the side gap. So 1 2 and 3. Now again we have to move on to the next side gap. So second one, we will chain 1 to move to the next side gap, and we will again make a cluster. So in gaps, the side gaps, we only have to do 3 double crochets. 1 2 and 3. So once we cross the 2 side gaps, we will notice now we have reached towards our second corner here. So here in this corner we will repeat the same steps that we are doing in every corner. So we will chain 1 first to separate and go to the next corner, and then we will create a double crochet cluster, that is 3 double crochets again. 1 2 and 3. And after the 3 double crochet we have to chain 2, that's us creating a new corner on the top of this corner, and then again going back and creating a cluster. So 1 2 and 3 double crochet again here. So you see we have completed another corner. Now when we'll move forward, there's again 2 side gaps before we reach the next corner. So we'll continue doing this. We'll chain 1 and then we'll work in the side gap again with making just cluster, that is a 3 double crochet in this side gap, the first one, and then we'll move on to the next side gap by chaining 1, and we'll make another cluster here. So 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet in the same gap, and the third one here. So we have made another cluster here, and now we are at the next corner. So we will chain 1 to go to the next corner, and again make the same pattern that we are making in the corner, that is a cluster of double crochet. So I made my 3 double crochets here. Then we have to do chain 2 for the next corner, creating this, and then we have to go back in this corner space and again make a cluster. So 1, 2, and the third one here. So keep doing this throughout for this round. Again, when you'll reach this side after the corner, there are 2 side gaps. So make your make a double crochet cluster here, then a double crochet cluster here. Then you'll reach the next corner and you'll repeat the same steps: 3 double crochet the cluster, and then chain 2 and 3 double crochet in the corner. And to go to every gap and corner, do chain 1 in between to separate. So continue completing this round, and I'll see you at the end of this. So I'm at the end almost of this round, and we have our 6 corners. Let's count once: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And here you will see that I still have 1 side gap here at the end to work into. So we will chain 1 first of all to go to the side gap, and in every side gap the pattern is to do 3 double crochet cluster, right? So but we already have this chain 3 that we had made in the beginning, which will act as the third double crochet here. So we will only make 2 double crochets in the side gap. So 1 and 2, and here we will be slip stitching, so this will act as a third double crochet. So we will just remove the stitch marker and go in the top chain, that is the third chain here, and just make your slip stitch here. So this acts as the third double crochet and completes 3 double crochet cluster in this side gap. So here we have done 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds, you can see clearly. So we have completed 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds for now, and from round 3 basically the pattern remains the same throughout. Just to give a little bit of overview, every round you will end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 corners. So the corner count remains the same every row, but the side gaps will keep increasing by 1. So now here, as you can see, we are on round 4. Now we'll start round 5, and now here you can see that the side gaps have increased to 1, 2, and 3 now. So if you see here, we had 1 side gap, then we went to the next round, it increased to 2 side gaps, and then now it has increased to 1, 2, 3. Moving forward to round 6, when we'll start, you will have 4 side gaps here. So essentially we are just increasing the sides to make the hexagon bigger, but the pattern remains the same throughout. So in every side gap, like we have 3 now, we will only be making a 3 double crochet cluster in each. And in every corner when we reach, the pattern again remains the same, that is 3 double crochet cluster, chain 2, and 3 double crochet cluster. When we go from one side gap to the next, or from one side gap to the next corner, we are doing chain 1 as a separating chain between. And it will also be worth noticing where we are starting our round every time. So we are doing a chain 3 in the starting of every round, and that chain 3 every time is counting as a double crochet stitch. So essentially you are making a double crochet when you are making the chain 3. So every time you can see where we are starting. Since now we are starting the next round, you can see we are starting at a side gap. So here when I'll be chaining 3 now for round 5. So let's do it once. 1, 2, and 3. This is a side gap. So every time this chain 3, since it's been counted as a stitch, as a double crochet, and in the side gap we are only making 3 double crochet cluster. So this would be acting as the first one, and in the side gap for round 5, I will make 2 more double crochets to complete the 3 double crochet cluster. So just remember that the chain 3 in the beginning of every round is also a double crochet. It's counted as a double crochet, so you can use it just to complete the pattern. And similarly, if this chain 3 would have started here on this side and there wouldn't be any space to make another 2 double crochets, then we will directly move on to the next gap or the next corner, whichever it is, and then join at the end and use it as a double crochet at the end. if you will take your work and just fold it up like this, you will see there will be this L-shaped formed here. All I did was just take my work and just fold it up here. So this is the shape we are going for one side, and we just need to keep making it bigger by keep increasing the rounds. If you're wondering how many rounds you need to do for the size you're making, just get a old sweatshirt or sweater of yours that fits you well. So for example, I'm taking this sweatshirt, and this is the sleeve of the sweatshirt, and this is the armpit area. And now take a measuring tape and just measure this part, so close to the armpit. This, just get the width of this, and this is around 8 inches for my size. This is just the front side, 8 inches, and there's also the sleeve at the back to cover it. So we will be needing basically 16 inches. So just remember this particular measurement. Here, if you look at the work that we have done so far, I told you if you fold it up, it forms this L shape. So basically this will be your armpit area here when the cardigan will be fully formed. So you can see it looks similar to this corner. Since we determined that we need 16 inches here, front and back, 8 plus 8, 16, we are going to keep making rounds till one of the sides of this hexagon comes out to be 16 inches. And also you can measure the length of your sleeve or the length of the cardigan just in case to keep it handy. And don't worry so much about the sizing, because with this cardigan you can try it on as you're making for yourself. So I will be completing the rest of the rounds on this cardigan on my live. If you want to come there, see me do that and chat, you can go to my live section on my YouTube channel and join me. So I have completed 16 rounds on my cardigan, and here let's measure it once. So like I said, one of the sides should be 16 inches in total. So if we measure it, so this is exactly 16 inches for me. So I've done 16 rounds on here. Also fold it up and see if our sleeve size is exactly what we measured before, which was 8 inches. So here you can see this is exactly 8 inches. Since I've gotten the desired size for the side of a hexagon, first of all I'll just cut this off since we are done with the hexagon, one side of the cardigan. So let's just cut it off. I'll just show you once again how we formed this L shape. So you have to take any side of the hexagon. So this was our hexagon, right? So we'll just take any one of the sides and we will just fold it up like this and just form this L shape here. You're seeing the L shape like this. The one going here vertical is your body length of the cardigan. So this will be the length, and this horizontal one will be the arm length or the arm sleeve. So first of all we need to connect this. We need to first connect these two sides to create this upper side of your cardigan, so the arm. So keep your hexagon just like this in an L shape so that you know that the armhole is this side here. Now we will be connecting from this side, that is from the shoulder side, to outwards towards the arm length, because we'll also be increasing the arm length after once we are done joining the top. So here let me show you how I'll be joining this up. So just keep these corners together of both the sides, the front and the back here, and insert your hook through these corners. So we had these 2 chain space in this corner and this corner also. So every corner had this 2 chain space between the 2 double crochet clusters, right? So we'll take our hook from this first 2 chain space and then from this other side corner 2 chain space like this, so that both are picked up. Now we'll just take a yarn here and just bring it through both the corners like this, and you can just bring the yarn out like this from your hook. And here I will be tying a knot just to secure it so that it doesn't open up while we are working. So just tie a knot tightly here. See, both the corners are connected, and now we can start working. You can also weave in this tail end while we are joining. So we'll be going back through both the sides. I'm taking the hook inside to both the sides and just bring out the loop and make 3 chains here. 1, 2, 3, like this. So here I've made the 3 chains, and now you see this is the front side, this is the back side. These are the 2 sides we are joining, right? So this, in the front side, we'll go only in this gap in the front side, not the back side, and not through both, just the front side, and make 2 more double crochets. 1, again yarn over, just the front side, make another double crochet. So here you will see we have again formed a cluster like we have been doing throughout. So this chain 3 is counted as the first double crochet, and these 2 next double crochet, 2 double crochets, and this is a cluster. So we have formed our cluster in the front side. Now we will leave the front side and just pick up the back side and go in the corresponding hole space. So here in this first corner space we made the cluster, and now we'll pick up the back corner space, this hole, and we will be going. So this is the back side, right? We'll be taking the hook and going from the back. I hope this is visible. So I'm taking my hook and going here like this from the back, and here we will be making a slip stitch. And this is what we have to do. So in the front side we will be making a 3 double crochet cluster, and in the back side, these holes, we'll be making a slip stitch. So let's do it again. So again yarn over, and this is the next hole space. We have already worked in this first one. We'll go in this next one, and here we will make our 3 double crochet cluster, and I'm only picking up the front side, as you can see. So here make 1, 2 and 3. So here we have only in the front side made a double crochet cluster. Now in the front side we have done the cluster. In the back side now, so we'll find the corresponding hole to this front side. So you can align it like this and see this is the next hole in the back side, and only in the back side now we'll make a slip stitch. So we leave the front, we'll just go in this back side from the back here like this, and we will be bringing this yarn and making a slip stitch here and like this. So here you can see we are connecting this. So you see we have worked in the first and the second hole space in the front and the back, and now you'll notice that the next hole space is this one. So only in the front side we'll make a 3 double crochet cluster. So I'm only going through the front, not the back side. 1, 2 and 3. So we have done the front side. Now in the back side we'll find the corresponding hole, which is this one. You can put it together and also see. So this is the corresponding hole to this, and we have already worked 2 slip stitches here. So this is the third space, and here we'll again go from the back. You'll take the hook from the back and bring the yarn through and create your slip stitch. So like this. Do it a few more times together just so that it's more clear. So this is the front side now, and this is the next hole space here. So here we are making the 3 double crochet cluster. So 1, 2 and 3. And the corresponding back hole in the back side is this one, as you can align and also see. Already this is already worked into. So we are going here in the back and just making the slip stitch. So I'm bringing the hook from the back and just bring the yarn through and pull through the loop on the hook. So like this we are connecting it. Let's just do once more. So in the front panel, only the front side, sorry, we are only making the 3 double crochet cluster. 2, 3, and the corresponding hole in the back is this one to this. So here we are making the slip stitch. So that is all you have to do Once you do a few, you'll just get a hang of it. 1 second, we just go from here, from the back, and bring it out like this. So you can see. So every time you move on to the next hole, I would suggest to align it like this so that you don't miss any holes by the time you reach the end. So here I have joined till here, and now I'm at the end here. So last corner here and here. So we'll just repeat the same thing in the corner too. So in the front corner, we'll make a cluster of 3 double crochet. So 1, 2 and 3, and in the corner at the back side, we'll take our hook from the back and make a slip stitch here. So you can see here from the top how it's looking. I really find this effortless and it's an easy way to connect. You can also use single crochet or slip stitch method to connect it, but this is the easiest I feel, and it also goes with the pattern we are already doing, the 3 double crochet cluster pattern. So here now we can come back, and now we have to work on the length of the sleeve. So we can turn it over like this, and now we'll be working and increasing the length. So here you see we joined this last 2 corners when we were joining the top. You can just turn it up here like this, and we can make 1, 2, 3 chains here. And then remember, in the pattern between when we were going from one side gap to another, we were making chain 1 in the middle. So here again we'll be doing the same thing. The only thing is that now we only have side gaps here and no corners, if you see. So here I'm going to mark my chain 3, and this will be counted as a stitch. So I'm just going to mark because this will just let me know where I started the round. So here just chain 3, and I have to go in this first side gap, and for that I'll be chaining 1 like we are throughout the pattern, and in the next so this is a side gap, so we'll just make a 3 double crochet cluster. 1, 2, 3 here like this. Now I have to go to the next side gap of the sleeve. So I will again make chain 1 like we were. Again we'll go in the next hole gap and make our 3 double crochet cluster. 1, 2, 3. We are just increasing rounds on the sleeve now. See, this is our cardigan, and now I'm just working around here. So I am just increasing the length of the sleeve now. So that's why we have turned it like this, and we are just doing 3 double crochet clusters. Since there are no corners in this side, we are only doing 3 double crochet cluster, chain 1, 3 double crochet cluster, then chain 1, and again 3 double crochet cluster. Complete 1 round and meet me here when you're done, and I'll show you how to slip stitch, and then we can also discuss about the length and how many rounds we need to do. So here I'm at the end of the round, and I have done 3 double crochet cluster in each of these gap spaces all around, and I've done 1 round, and I'm at the end here. And you remember we started from this corner where we joined these 2 sides, and I did 3 chains in the beginning, and I told you this will be counted as the first double crochet. So now we'll be moving on to this space. I've already done 3 double crochet cluster here, and I've also chained 1, and now we'll go here and make 2 double crochet, since the third double crochet will be this chain 3. This chain 3 will act as a third double crochet, so that will form the cluster for this last gap. So 1 and 2, and now we'll just remove the stitch marker and slip stitch here in the top third chain. So here, and once you connect this will form as the third double crochet, so it's another cluster. So that's all we are doing. The pattern is the same. So this is our sleeve, and before we move forward and make more rounds, I would like to explain a few things. So if you like this flowy look of the sleeve, you can go ahead and keep making rounds till the length of your sleeve. So if you remember in the beginning of the video, I told you to keep some of the measurements handy. So we measured the arm width, and it was the length of the sleeve and the length of the body. So even if you don't have any measurements, it's okay. Like if you don't have the length of the sleeve, you can also try it on and see for yourself. Now our garment is ready, so you can try it on from one side and check around your arm where it's falling. So if you like this flowy look and you want your sleeve end to be open like this, you can carry on with all the rounds till the end of the length of your sleeve. To show you once how you can measure the sleeve length is by again taking an old cardigan that fits you well at around your arm and again measure. So we will be measuring from this armpit area till the end first. So this is approximately 43 centimeters for me, or I would say 17 inches. So this is my sleeve length. I like my sleeve more like tightened around the cuff. I don't like the flowy look of it, and it's more warmer like that for me. So if you want to do that, I'll be showing you how I'm gonna do that. Also, it's up to you. You can make it a 3/4 sleeve, a full sleeve. It's all up to you, it's personalized. So a length of the sleeve will come handy, else you can try it on after a few rounds to see where your sleeve end is falling. So let's continue these rounds on the sleeve and make the length of the sleeve. And here again same thing, we are going to do chain 3 for the next round. We have already done one round, right? So here is where you can also mark your first stitch if you would like. And so this will be the first double crochet again, and because now we are starting this round at a gap, we will be making 2 double crochets here. 1, 2. So this will be counted as the first double crochet, this chain 3 and 2 double crochets. So this is a cluster. Then we have to chain 1 to go to the next gap. That is what we are doing throughout, right? And here again we will be making 3 double crochets, cluster. 1, 2, 3, and then chain 1, and then move on to the next cluster and repeat. Making rounds on this, and once I'm done, I'll share with you how many rounds I made to bring it to the desired length I want. So here I've done 10 more rounds on this same 3 double crochet cluster pattern. Now this number can vary for you if you are using a different hook size or yarn. So a better way would be to measure it out. So let's see once what size I am now at. So this is almost 35 centimeters for me, and that is because I will also be making the cuff. So just to remind you once, if you remember, I measured my sleeve length at 43 centimeters, and then now I've done 35 centimeters with 10 rounds, and I have 7-8 centimeters left to complete the sleeve length. So this 7-8 centimeters is what I'm keeping it for my cuff. So this 35 centimeters is almost near my wrist, just in case you want to know. So you can also try it on and see. Now before making the cuff, we will be doing decreases, and for the decreases and the cuff, I am switching to a smaller size hook. So I was already using a 5 mm. I am switching to a 4 mm hook. It just makes the cuff and the ribbing look much better. So now we have to do single crochets in this round, and we will be chaining 1 here for a single crochet. Now we slip stitched here in the first double crochet or the chain 3 space, and that is where I am making 1 single crochet now. So here make a single crochet. After a single crochet, we will be going in the next 2 stitches and joining them together and making a decrease. So I will be doing a single crochet 2 together. So for that we will be going in the first stitch, pull up a loop like we do in a single crochet, but we will not complete the single crochet. Now we'll go in the next stitch and again pull up a loop. Here we have 3 loops on the hook, and we will pull through all the 3 loops. So this will keep decreasing stitches again. In the next one we will only make 1 single crochet. So I'm picking up the top 2 loops for a single crochet here, and then in the next 2 stitches we will be making a decrease. So we will be pulling up a loop here and we'll not complete the single crochet, and then in the next we'll pull up a loop and pull through all the 3 loops. So we have to make 1 single crochet, then a decrease, then 1 single crochet, then a decrease. So this is what we'll do all around. So here I've completed the round and I'm at the end, so we will just make a slip stitch in the first single crochet that we made in the round to close it up here. So here now you can see this has become less wide and it's closing up now here once we have done this round. And you can also stop here if you like, if you want to keep it open but you want the sleeves to not look flared out but like more narrow, then you can also stop here. But if you want to continue making the cuff with me, let's keep going. Okay, so now after the slip stitch I'm going to chain 11 here. So this chain 11 is going to determine how wide or long I want the cuff to be. Now you can customize here the cuff size. If you want a shorter cuff, you can go less chains than me. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is the size I am going for. Let's measure it once just to show you. Now just to see. So these 11 chains are around 7 centimeters, so that will be perfect. So it doesn't have to be so accurate. You can go 1-2 centimeters, or you can just look at the chains and determine how long do you want the cuff. So we'll be doing one single crochet down this chain now. So just one single crochet in each chain. And just before you reach your last chain, we'll do something different. So here I'm left with 2 chains and I'll be working a single crochet here, and this is my last chain basically. So what we'll do in the last chain is that we'll just go in and pull up a loop like we do in a single crochet, but we will not complete this single crochet. And what we'll do is we'll go here in the next single crochet that is on our cardigan and make a slip stitch here. So just take this and pull it through the 2 loops on the hook already. So here now in the next stitch we will make a slip stitch. So just here make 1 slip stitch. Now we will turn the work here. And then you'll have this row to work on, a single crochet row. So once you slip stitch and turn back, you will go in the first stitch here, the first, and pick up both the loops and make your single crochet here. And then in the rest of the stitches we will be picking up only the back loop. So you know the stitch is made of 2 loops. The one towards you is the front loop and this one at the back is the back loop. So we will only be going here and making a single crochet. So once you are done till the top, we will again turn our fabric, and now again you will see you will have this row to work down to now. So here again we will repeat the same thing. We will be going only in the back loops and making a single crochet first. And when you reach the last stitch, we instead of going just in the back loop, we will be picking up the whole stitch. So both the loops here, and then what we'll do is what we did before. We will not complete this single crochet and we'll go in the next single crochet on the cardigan and make a slip stitch. So pull up a loop and pull through both these loops here, and then in the next stitch we will again make a slip stitch. You will get this kind of ribbing shape here, as you can see, and that is how we are building the sleeve all around. So I'll do it one more time with you just so that it's clear and then you can finish it. So here I have slip stitched last, and now we will again turn here and work in this row and do the same thing. We will be picking up the full stitch when it's the first one here and making your single crochet, and in the rest we'll only be going through the back loop here. So 1, 2. So we'll be doing this till the top. Sometimes this one is hard to see. So here, and now once you reach the top, again turn the work here like this, and now you will have a row to come down from. So we will repeat this doing single crochet only in the back loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just in the last stitch we'll go through both the loops here and pull up a loop, and again not complete this stitch, and like we were doing before, we will go in the next and pull up a loop and then slip stitch, that is pull through both these loops here, and in the next we'll again make one slip stitch like this. And here if you will turn your work again, you will notice that you can now work on this. So keep doing this. You can rewind back and see if you forget how I'm making these. Once you go all around and reach the end, I'll see you there. So here I've reached at the end and I just have 2 stitches left, so I just wanted to show you how to close the cuff up. So here we'll as usual do our slip stitch, and then again in the next stitch we will be doing the slip stitch, and then we'll just turn our work and make a row again on the top. So here once we have reached the top and there is no more stitches left here, so we can now just close it up. Now we'll just slip stitch both of these cuffs together from where we started and here, and for that we will be taking the first stitch and going in the front loop only of the first stitch, and then we will be taking this side of the stitch and going in the loop you find just here, and now we'll just make a slip stitch like this. So you will see we started connecting it. So here again we are grabbing the front loop, and here you will see there's only one loop, so you can directly go in and make a slip stitch. You can also join the cuffs with the help of a single crochet, but this is what I prefer. So just keep going, picking one loop, front loop on this side, and then the loop corresponding to it. So keep slip stitching till the end. Here I've slip stitched it till the last, and here we will be going here in the last stitch only, where we already made a slip stitch when we went up in the row. So here, and just go through this last stitch down here on the cardigan and make a slip stitch. And now you can just chain one, and then we can cut off the yarn. So here I'm cutting off the yarn, and we can fasten off, just tighten it a bit, and we can take this tail end inside and just weave it in. So here our sleeve is done, and if you want a more tighter cuff, you can reduce more stitches by decreasing, like I showed you, doing the single crochet decrease. And this is our one side done. Now you can try it on just to see. Now the hard part of this cardigan, we have to make another side identical exactly to this side. So you will have to go back in the video and start from step 1, where we started making the cardigan, and then we made the L shape, and then we will have to repeat the steps that we did on the sleeve. And be sure to make exactly the same rounds on the sleeve also on this side, because it has to be completely identical. So complete that, have your next panel ready, and with the sleeve and everything cuff. And then I will meet you in the part 2 of this video, where we will join both the panels and do some ribbing, and I'll also show you how you can increase length on the cardigan if you like. So I'll see you in part 2. Thank you so much for watching.